duplicate the greatest show under the world of outlaw.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Charlotte, North Carolina, tonight's Site of Excitement here on the Turn 3 Racing Network with the Salt Flat Cup Series. My name is Chris, and I'm going to be solo up here in the booth tonight as, well, my good friend Rick Hammond is over visiting his favorite state next to his favorite track, New Hampshire. But tonight, this mile-and-a-half track has 17 drivers ready to try and claim the victory. And who is it going to be? Top guy so far here in practice, Blade Timmons in the 23, has been running extremely fast around this track. And at one point, it was looking like O'Barry was going to be the man, but Blade Timmons came in and just knocked him out of the way as far as speed here during practice. The lights are on here at Charlotte, and we are getting ready to go 100 laps around this circuit tonight to make 150 miles of action. Can't wait to get this thing going. It's going to be a great race. Make sure that you stay tuned here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Brandon Feeney checking in chat. Yeah, man, Feeney, he was pretty quick earlier on as well. And we got, well, Rick is going to get wet, so I don't feel so bad that he's over there. On track tonight, like I said, about 17 drivers for 100 laps around this. Well, it's just shy of 1.5. It's about 1.48 if memory serves correctly around the oval here at Charlotte. There are a couple of grooves of racing. However, you do want to be kind of on that bottom lane. Turn one, about half a lane up from the bottom lane. You got to be careful. There's a pretty good transition there. Sometimes it will upset the car, so that's something to watch out here for tonight. I've also heard tell that, and we weren't sure why, but coming out of pit road with new tires can be an experience here at Charlotte, and all it really wants to do is wreck. So that's something to watch out for here tonight. They are going to get 2 stops for tires here. Of course, they can stop for fuel whenever they want. But 2 sets of tires plus the original set that was on the car here tonight. Qualifying efforts will be underway in just over 3 minutes. And again, Blade Timmons, the guy with the hot shoe around Charlotte, North Carolina. Hunter Reynolds in the 28. Mac out on track here tonight. Greg O'Barry, Brandon Feeney, Aaron Davidson. Those are the 5 quickest guys around the track. But don't let that fool you. Just about anybody can win here tonight. Talking to Michael Bromley before the race started, he says, I don't know what I have to do here in order to not get taken out. So I'm gonna get myself a different paint job. He decided to go with the Barstool Sports number 5 here tonight. I don't know if it's going to keep him out of trouble or not, but we're going to figure it out along the way. Behind him, the 31. Of course, that's DB, Donald Bennett. Bennett gonna look to try and make his way up the charts here tonight. Right now, showing a little bit slow out there. Of course, we have to thank Stephen Herman as well. Race Control. Stephen Herman, he's gonna show up on the list most likely, but he is not driving. He is Race Control. He's very good at his job, and hopefully we're not gonna need him too often here tonight. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left before qualifying gets underway, and it is a nighttime race. The lights are on here at Charlotte. The speeds will be quick. Hopefully the tempers stay calm. mentioned Brandon Feeney. At one point, Feeney was showing the quickest guy around this place in the number 83. Cody Levitt, one of the drivers vying for a top spot here tonight. So far, 7th quickest here in practice. He also took one of the hardest hits in practice that I've ever seen. He and Blade Timmons got into it, and Cody Levitt went from about 200 miles an hour to 0 when he hit the tire barrier just on the entrance of pit road. A little bit of drafting going to be at play here tonight, and it's important to keep your wits about you when it's happening. These cars will close in on each other relatively quickly, and if so Cody's just having a good time. Anyways, these cars will close up on each other quickly. If you're not careful, you're going to get in the back of somebody and spin them out. So something to watch out for. The whole field is Chevy, except for 3 Fords and 1 Toyota here tonight. Michael Bromley, the only Toyota being driven. I forgot to mention that to Bromley. I mean, maybe that's his problem all along. Yeah, right? Oh, yeah. That's going to do it for practice. So we're going to step away. We've got a couple things to get through. When we come back, well, hopefully qualifying will be done. And we'll get this thing up and running for you live right here from Charlotte, North Carolina. Live on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, them both bursting in air, gave proof
live here from Charlotte, qualifying all but over with just 50 seconds left to go. Everybody that was going to qualify has, and this is Charlotte Motor Speedway. Again, temperature outside tonight, 78 degrees, track temperature 80, and I was off by just a little bit. Track length 1.45, so this race just shy of a mile and a half. SimBox PC, responsible for bringing us all the action here from Salt Flat Cup Series live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you need a button box, I invite you to go on over to Facebook and search out SimBox PC and let them know that Salt Flat Cup Series and Turn 3 Racing Network sent you their way. Just waiting for the qualifying session to end. It just did. So the grid going to be coming up here in just a moment. And starting on the pole tonight, out of 128 Racing, it's the 28 of Hunter Reynolds, who is outside the 83. Out of Beefy Motorsports, it's Brandon Feeney. Starting inside a row number 2, it's going to be the deeper, darker dude driver, Jamie Leach, in his number 13. To his outside, out of Rev Esports, the 23 of Blade Timmons. Starting inside row number 3, the 98 Griffith Racing number 98. Driven by Jason Griffith. To his outside, it's the CSRF Motorsports 01 of Cody Sleeper. Inside row number 4, out of Aggression Motorsports, the 48 driven by Cody Combs. To his outside, it's going to be the No Doubt Racing number 56 of Steve Pugh. Inside row number 5, it's the driver of the 31 and a Keystone Motorsports, it's Donald Bennett. To his outside, Podium Motorsports is number 10, driven by Greg O'Berry. Aaron Davidson going to pick up the 11th starting spot in his 03. And to his outside, out of Vapid Yeet Racing, it's the number 51, driven by Travis Elliott. Starting in the 13th spot, out of Deeper, Darker Do, it's the 38 of Cody Levitt. To his outside, GBR Racing's number 2 of Jared Hagedorn. Josiah Millen out of Keystone Motorsports going to pick up the 15th starting spot in his number 40. To his outside, out of Bromley Designs Racing, it's the 05 of Michael Bromley. And Daryl Calder out of Coast to Almost Coast, driving the number 26 tonight, is going to be shotgun on the field. So for the first time tonight, the cars on track all at the same time, filled in columns of 2, ready to go. Green flag racing. This formation lap brought to you, of course, by SimBox. Again, if you need a button box, head on over to Facebook and check them out, SimBox PC. I want to go ahead and thank everybody for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. This is the Salt Flat Cup Series, and this is the home here on Turn 3 Racing Network. The official pace truck lights are off, getting ready to go. Green flag racing for the first time tonight. Hunter Reynolds leading the way on the inside. Brandon Feeney on the outside. Feeney looking to have a good race. It's been a tough season for him so far. Inside row 2, Jamie Leach also has had kind of a tough season. Looking to try and pick it up here at Charlotte as the pace truck comes down onto pit road, waiting for the green flag to go. Pace quickens, and here we go under the green flag for the first time here tonight. And Blade Timmons with a good restart on the outside, pushing Feeney really hard into the corner. He backs off just a little bit. Hunter Reynolds on the inside, going to take over the race lead. Reynolds able to pull in front of Feeney on the bottom side. Here comes Brandon Feeney with a head of steam heading into turn 3. Brandon Feeney in the Liqui Moly Chevy is going for the race lead. Did he have enough momentum to do it? No, he didn't, and Hunter Reynolds leads the first lap. The Mustang edges out Brandon Feeney. Here comes Blade Timmons, the 83, having a little issue on the bottom side. Jamie Leach able to get around him. He's in third spot. Brandon Feeney heading backwards. The 01 Cody Sleeper going around, and here comes the 10 of Greg O'Berry. O'Berry trying to get there. Cody Sleeper maybe holding him up just a little bit. Now Sleeper goes on by. That little transition in turn 1, we saw it there. Just a quick elevation drop, and again, that can upset a car, so something to be careful of. Brandon Feeney on the inside, holding his own. He's fighting back on the inside. A battle for 5th spot. He goes around Sleeper, and Greg O'Berry takes it down low. O'Berry now looking for a way around Sleeper. He's going to do it. And here comes the 56 of Steve Hugh. Hugh, another driver this year that just can't catch a break, hoping tonight at Charlotte is going to be it. Aaron Davidson right behind Pugh. Davidson up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag 4 laps ago. The 03 looking strong here so far, looking to try and get up towards the front one more time. Colby Combs right behind him would be pretty good to just follow in his footsteps early on here. We got a battle for the race lead. It's the 23, Blade Timmons fighting it out with Hunter Reynolds. Timmons to the inside. Blade Timmons on the inside, heading into turn 3, looking for the race lead. Hunter Reynolds battles back on the outside. He's got Jamie Leach behind him. And Hunter Reynolds gonna lead this lap by about a half a car length. While these two are fighting it out, Leach and Brandon Feeney catching them. So we're 2 by 2 for the first 2 rows. Then it goes single file for 3 cars, make it 5 as they settle it out behind them. Blade Timmons holding on to that inside lane. Hunter Reynolds using the outside lane, holding on momentum, and again leads the lap, but just by a nose. The 83 working the inside, trying to take over 3rd spot from Jamie Leach on the outside. The 13 doing a great job to the outside. Oh, the 23 way down low. Blade Timmons way down low. Something happened. Didn't like it. Maybe a squirrel cross. I'm not sure. But the 23 took a hard left and then brought it right back into the track. So Hunter Reynolds now escapes with the race lead. Jamie Leach pulls into 2nd, and Greg O'Berry in the 10 car, up 7 spots since the drop of the green flag, into 3rd. The battle right now for 4th spot. The 23 of Blade Timmons not able to hold on the inside, pulls it back behind the 83 of Brandon Feeney now, and the 5 goes from 2nd to 5th. Jamie Leach has a handful of the car and a mirror full of Greg O'Berry. Greg O'Berry down to the inside, putting pressure on. O'Berry getting around Jamie Leach and starting to put pressure on Hunter Reynolds. Leach gets to the back bumper, tries to save a spot, and O'Berry, taking a peek, he moves into there. And here comes Brandon Feeney, the 83, with a shot out of the cannon. Brandon Feeney looking for the top spot right now. Settles into the 3rd spot, just ahead of Jamie Leach, and then Leach battles back on the outside. Brandon Feeney settles back in that 4th spot, so a lot of looking down low, and Leach gets into the wall just a little bit. Brandon Feeney gets into the end, they all check up. Just a slight rub out of Jamie Leach, and it bottlenecked everybody behind him. A little bit further back in the field, it's the 98 of Jason Griffith. Jason trying to get back to his starting spot right now, being shown in the 9th spot after starting in 5th. He's working on the inside of Travis Elliott in the 51. Can the inside work anywhere on this track? So far, the outside is where you want to be. Speaking of, Brandon Feeney down on the inside as well. Trying Leach again. Leach defending on the outside. Cody Sleeper sneaks in. Good racing so far out of the Salt Flat Cup Series here at North Carolina's Charlotte Motorsports. And Hunter Reynolds leading the way. Greg O'Berry running in the 2nd spot. Jamie Leach, who touched the wall and a couple of laps ago, running in 3rd. Cody Sleeper, Blade Timmons, Brandon Feeney. Feeney down to the inside. Feeney is not happy in the 5th spot, trying to find, in the 6th spot, trying to find his way back up into the top 5. Just behind him, it's Aaron Davidson up to 7th spot here. Davidson now gets around Feeney. Feeney going backwards on the inside. Back up top, Hunter Reynolds enjoying a 0.3 of a second lead over Greg O'Berry. Cody Sleeper another 0.9 behind him. Aaron Davidson taking a peek on the inside. He's got Brandon Feeney right behind him. Davidson looking inside of Jamie Leach. Leach, who's fallen back just a little bit now. Jamie Leach down 4. As Aaron Davidson able to get around him on the inside. That's one of the first passes inside of the top 5 that we've seen work. Brandon Feeney trying the inside as well. Jamie Leach starting to go backwards. Lap 16, maybe starting to feel a little bit of change in those tires. It's a 3-car breakaway for the top 3 spots. Hunter Reynolds, Greg O'Berry, and Cody Sleeper. Sleeper trying to catch the tail end of the 2-car breakaway that happened earlier on. Ford leading the way, then it's Chevy and Chevy. Racing Jason Griffith is working his way up towards the front. Good battle with the 98 and the 03. Jason Griffith trying to get past Aaron Davidson on the inside. And we've seen that not really working so well here tonight, but Davidson has been able to do it. So Racing Jason's trying to as well. The 03 hanging out in the middle of the track, making his car about 14 feet wide. Nobody's getting around him. Cody Levitt trying to sneak out of nowhere. The 38 on the outside. He's following Travis Elliott in the 51. Jason Griffith going backwards on that inside lane. So the outside definitely is a little bit more dominant at this stage of the race. About 4 more laps. We're a quarter of the way through it. No caution so far. Hunter Reynolds leading the way. Greg O'Berry, Cody Sleeper, your second and third place runner. Blade Timmons, who was up front earlier on, trying to catch that pack of 3. Brandon Feeney started outside row 1 here tonight, running in the 5th spot. Doing a great job just keeping it off the wall. We have a little pushing and shoving going on between the 03 of Aaron Davidson and the 51 of Travis Elliott. They straighten it out. Elliott underneath. Travis Elliott trying to get there. The 03 was already in spot. Elliott pushing again on the corner, trying to get by the 03 of Aaron Davidson now. Look out behind him. It's Cody Levitt in the 38. Davidson able to break free from Travis Elliott. Now the 38 lines up on the outside. And Elliott decides he better get to that top side. And here comes the 98 trying on the inside. Jason Griffith taking a peek on the inside, and we haven't seen it working here tonight. Decides to get back in line. Up top, still a 3-car breakaway. 1, 2, and 3 on your screen. Reynolds, O'Berry, and Sleeper. Blade Timmons running in 4th. Brandon Feeney in 5th. And then we've got a bunch of cars, 4 of them in fact, battling it out for the 6th spot, including the 38, Cody Levitt, going to the inside of Aaron Davidson now. We've got pit stop starting to happen here on lap number 25. We're a quarter of the way through this one. Hunter Reynolds, Blade Timmons, Jason Griffith, and Cody Combs bringing it down pit road. Greg O'Berry is the race leader. He's bringing it down pit road. Cody Sleeper gonna do it as well. And Cody Levitt sticks it out on track. He's going to take over the race lead. Josiah Millen in the 40, also going to stay out on track. He's in 2nd. Keep an eye coming out of pit road. That's what we were told before. And you can see the car's a little bit loose and big bumps down there. Everybody coming out good so far. Cody Levitt leading the way around this 1.45 mile track, and now he's going to bring it down pit road along with Josiah Millen, and that should cycle us through our first round of pit stops here tonight. Couple of different things going on pit road. Most drivers just taking fuel at stop, saving their tires for the second half of the race. Again, 1 quarter done here tonight. And it looks like Hunter Reynolds going to resume the race lead when this all cycles through. Word from pit road, Brandon Feeney having trouble on pit road. He's down to 14th spot. So from 5th to 14th, that's a lot of ground to make up on track. Colby Combs just ahead of our race leader, trying to stay on the lead lap, and he's not going to do it as Hunter Reynolds goes around him on the outside. Greg O'Berry running in 2nd, Cody Sleeper 3rd, Blade Timmons in the 4th spot. Aaron Davidson in the 05 up 6 spots to get to the 5th position. Biggest mover of the race so far, second place runner Greg O'Berry up 8 spots to get to second. Checking in on Michael Bromley, who changed paint jobs to try and stay out of any problems here tonight. And so far, so good for Bromley. He's inside the top 10, running in 9th spot. Travis Elliott just in front of him, along with Jason Griffith. The 51 of Elliott going to the outside. And that is what we've seen working here so far, but tires are starting to get a little bit older for these guys, so maybe a line change. Cody Levitt working on the inside of Aaron Davidson, gets around him, pushes Davidson back down to the 6th spot, the 38 into 5th. And Blade Timmons having a little bit of problem with some blinking concerns. Right now, Timmons running in the 4th spot. Nobody really around him trying to catch the 01 of Cody Sleeper. The gap, 2.7 seconds between those two drivers. Hunter Reynolds enjoys himself a 2.3 second lead over Greg O'Berry. Cody Sleeper another 2.8 seconds behind. So the field's starting to stretch out a little bit here at Charlotte. Josiah Millen going around Jason Griffith on the outside. Jason, the orange and white car right there, the number 98. Back in the field, really haven't called his name out yet, but it's Donald Bennett. DB in the 13th spot, trying to get around the 56 of Steve Pugh. On the inside is Donald Bennett. Not gonna lie, it's kind of my favorite car out on track right now. The Turn 3 Racing Network's number 31 out there. Donald Bennett not able to make the pass at this time. Let's check in on Brandon Feeney. Feeney having a little difficulty getting in and off from pit road, and suffering back in the 14th spot because of it. Jamie Leach, who was a front runner here, down a lap in 17th spot, so going backwards is his luck tonight after having a pretty good race last week. Hunter Reynolds, Greg O'Berry, and Cody Sleeper, your top three. Sleeper starting to pull in on Greg O'Berry just a little bit. The gap between those two now just 0.3 of a second. Lap 36 of 100. Tires are really starting to get angry out there. There's, I think, only one driver, if I recall, made the tire swap, and maybe not even. I say that because of the time. It was 13 seconds. That could have been holding on pit road for a black flag. Could have been a number of things, but right now the 01 working around the 48 of Colby Combs. Combs a lap down. He's the first car one lap down, so in case of an incident on track, he would get his lap back. But the story right now, Cody Sleeper working in on Greg O'Berry. 0.4 of a second is the differential between those two drivers. Good battle going on here for the 6th spot between Aaron Davidson in the 03 and Travis Elliott in the 51. Elliott to the outside. Oh, make contact. The 03 way down below on the apron. Brings it back out on track just in time and just stays out of the 40 of Josiah Millen. So the 03 having a little bit of a heart attack there. Gets it back rolling. And Michael Bromley in the 05 takes a big, big breath. Bromley now working on the inside of Travis Elliott in the 51. Josiah Millen trying to go around Bromley on the outside. Aaron Davidson now working the outside. Bromley going backwards. Bromley able to hold on to that spot in front of Aaron Davidson. That's the 8th position. And here comes Josiah Millen around the 51 of Travis Elliott now. Millen up 9 spots into the 6th position. The biggest mover of the race so far. Travis Elliott floating it out towards the wall and maybe picking up a bit of a tight condition in the 51. Back up the battle for 2nd spot is almost there. Less than 0.2 of a second separating those two cars. Greg O'Berry in the 10. Cody Sleeper in the 01. The battle is on for 2nd spot. Meanwhile, Hunter Reynolds is checked out. 4.2 seconds in front of Greg O'Berry. Two drivers being shown a lap down, Colby Combs and Jamie Leach, the 48 and the 13, running 16th and 17th here so far tonight. Colby Combs, the first driver, 1 lap down, would get the lucky dog in case of incident on track. Hunter Reynolds leads the way. Greg O'Berry, Cody Sleeper setting up for a battle for 2nd spot. And Sleeper just can't quite find the momentum to get there. That gap now back out to 0.3 of a second. Behind them, it's Blade Timmons in the 23. He's being followed by the 38 of Cody Levitt. That too would be a battle. Inside of the top 5 for 4th place. The 48 of Cody Combs is a lap down, just going to stay out of the way of these two as they go on by on the inside. Cody Levitt getting ever so close to the back bumper of Blade Timmons. Timmons has a mirror full of red. Nighttime racing here in North Carolina. For the Salt Flat Cup Series, make sure you check out SimBox on Facebook by searching out SimBox PC for all of your button box needs. Cody Levitt taking a look to the inside of Blade Timmons. Does he have enough momentum going on the front stretch? At the line, it's Timmons going into turn 1. It's going to be the 38 of Cody Levitt. Levitt not able to hold on. The 23 stays to the outside, keeps the momentum on, and Blade Timmons back into that 4th spot. Almost halfway done with this one. Pit stops right around the corner. The 2nd pit stop of the night right around the corner. Cody Levitt trying to put the pressure on Blade Timmons once again, heading into turn 1. And on the outside has the advantage of Blade Timmons, but Cody Levitt keeps the foot in it. Cody Levitt by a nose right now, heading down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Levitt not able to hold on, and now charges back in on the inside. Timmons out of turn 4, had a little nitro, and holds on to the 4th spot. He and Cody Levitt having a battle for the ages right now. Side by side racing for 4th spot, switching back and forth between the 23 of Blade Timmons and the 38 of Cody Levitt. This time by about a car length was the differential between Blade Timmons and Cody Levitt. Here comes Jamie Leach from behind. Leach being shown the first car 1 lap down as Colby Combs and Jason Griffith on pit road. Griffith now working his way back out to the track. Blade Timmons going to bring it down pit road. Cody Levitt too. Our race leader, Hunter Reynolds, going to stay out for another lap or so. Halfway done here at Charlotte. Hunter Reynolds going to gear it down. He's coming down pit road. What's Greg O'Berry and Cody Sleeper going to do? They're going to stay out and race it up some more. Two-tenths of a second separating our race leader and second spot. Cody Sleeper, Greg O'Berry leading the way. Josiah Millen being scored in the 3rd spot. Michael Bromley up to the 4th spot. And then Daryl Calder in the 26. Downshifting comes our leader down onto pit road along with Cody Sleeper and Josiah Millen staying out this time. There are going to be some fast cars in the second half of the race as everybody's trying to figure out tire strategy. A few drivers have taken tires so far. And Josiah Millen going to bring it on down to pit road. It's going to switch the lead back over to Hunter Reynolds. Reynolds with the lead over Greg O'Berry and Cody Sleeper. We'll have to let this cycle through before we can see what the lead looks like after pit stops. Oh, Blade Timmons with a great stop. He's actually going to take over the 2nd spot. So Blade Timmons with a very, very fast pit stop takes over the 2nd spot from Greg O'Berry. O'Berry now in the 3rd spot. Cody Sleeper right behind him. Travis Elliott rounds out the top 5 in his number 51. What's the lead look like for Hunter Reynolds? 4.55 seconds over the 23 of Blade Timmons. Fresh tires all around. Looks like the only person that didn't take tires that time by Jason Griffith in the 98. 3 drivers now being shown at least a lap down. And Jamie Leach in the 13, the first driver, 1 lap down. So he could have the lucky dog in case of an incident on track. Brandon Feeney, our outside pole sitter right now in the 11th spot. He's trying to catch the 31 of Donald Bennett. Bennett way up in front by about 4.7 seconds. Bennett following the 26 of Daryl Calder in the 9th spot. Aaron Davidson up ahead of them. He's running in the 8th position. Ahead of Davidson, it's the 40 of Josiah Millen and the 05 of Michael Bromley. Travis Elliott has cracked into the top 5. Cody Sleeper, Greg O'Berry, Blade Timmons, Hunter Reynolds, all the way back up to the race leader. But we're going to keep it right here. This 3 cars are all for position. Greg O'Berry, Cody Sleeper, Travis Elliott. And Elliott gets right to the back bumper of Cody Sleeper. Maybe looking for an outside pass. Down that short front stretch they go. And there's a little separation between O'Berry and Sleeper and Travis Elliott. Into the corner, O'Berry keeps it in deep. Cody Sleeper may have let off just a little bit more. The 51, Travis Elliott, still sitting back, watching. Jason Griffith having troubles. He's on pit road. Back up to the race leader now. Hunter Reynolds, 6.48 seconds over Blade Timmons in the 2nd spot. Both drivers, kind of nobody around them. And then it is this battle for the 3rd spot between these 3 drivers. Greg O'Berry in the 10, Cody Sleeper in the 01, Travis Elliott in the 51. Jason Griffith back out on track. A little bit of damage to the rear end of the 98 machine. Difference between 2nd and 3rd spot right now, just under 2 seconds, and it's closing. The 3-car pack is trying to catch the 2nd place runner. There is a slight amount of drafting that you're going to pull up here in North Carolina. And these 3 drivers are doing a good job. They're really starting to catch our 2nd place runner now. Gap down to 1.5 seconds in just about a half a lap. Greg O'Berry, one of the faster drivers here during practice, is pulling the freight train behind him. It's Cody Sleeper in the 01 and Travis Elliott in the 51, and they are trying to catch Blade Timmons. Gap now just under a second. Heading in turn 1, you see how they're starting to stay up on the high side there to avoid that slight downhill into turn 1. Greg O'Berry keeps it up, pinned very close to the wall, having a good time and good success with that as he's pulling away from Cody Sleeper. Greg O'Berry maybe picking up some of the draft from Blade Timmons, and he is starting to pull away. O'Berry using the top side of the track, keeping the momentum, the RPMs, if you will, revved right up on that 10 machine. And he is pulling in on the 23 of Blade Timmons. Onto the front stretch they go. Let's hop in with Greg O'Berry as he tries to track down Blade Timmons. Heading into turn 1, staying above that slight elevation change on the bottom side. Onto the backstretch. The backstretch, the longer of the 2 stretches here at Charlotte. Good job keeping the RPMs up on that Ken car. lot of throttle playing here as he is just trying to hold on to it. And Greg O'Berry just about on the back bumper, 2 car lengths behind right now. 0.19 is the gap differential. Now O'Berry closes in. O'Berry on the outside. Here comes Cody Sleeper. Sleeper gonna try and stay with him. Oh, Timmons is gonna go backwards, I have a feeling. O'Berry leading the way. Sleeper able to follow through. Travis Elliott tries to get there. The door's closed. Blake Timmons closes the door and puts a bumper to the 01. Great racing. Now these 4 drivers have to try and track down our race leader. He's 6.8 seconds in front of him. Hunter Reynolds checking out. He's in a different zip code. Michael Bromley in the 6th spot, racing all by himself. Josiah Millen in the 40 just behind him, trying to get a little closer to get a race on. Aaron Davidson in the 03 running in 8th, and he's got the 26 of Daryl Calder right behind him. DB Donald Bennett running in the top 10, 10th spot for DB, as this race is almost 70% done. Laps are clicking off very quickly here at Charlotte. Let's take a look in on the 4 drivers that are lined up nose to tail. They are hauling around this track. And it's working. The gap is closing down to 6 seconds. Oh, the 23 and the 51 didn't get the message. Stay in line, try and catch the race leader. Keep the momentum up, keep the pressure on, and try and catch the leader. That little bit of racing between those two cost them 0.3 of a second to the race leader. And Hunter Reynolds on a Sunday drive here on a Tuesday night. Nobody around him. Jared Hagthorne in the 2 car, the Milwaukee number 2 Ford Mustang, the first car, 1 lap down, and he has got a freight train coming behind him. He dives down to the inside to give room for those cars driving by. Greg O'Berry gets by. Cody Sleeper in the 01 working on it. Blade Timmons, Travis Elliott, the 23 and the 51 now going around. Those 4 cars need to tighten up if they're going to try and catch Hunter Reynolds. O'Berry now 5.25 seconds behind Hunter Reynolds. If they can just keep the draft on, it wouldn't take that long to catch him. But O'Berry right now so fast, he's pulling away from Sleeper. Blade Timmons, Travis Elliott seem to have sorted themselves out. They're running bumper to bumper on the front stretch. And Greg O'Berry within 5 seconds of catching the race leader. Blade Timmons breaks the pack. And again, I don't know that that's what you want to do right now. If the 4 cars would stay together, I'm certain that they would catch the race leader. If they separate and break draft, they don't have a chance. 26 laps to go. There will be one more green flag pit stop for these drivers, barring a yellow flag coming out. But nobody right now can make it on fuel. Blade Timmons coming off from pit road. Hunter Reynolds still the race leader, still staying out on track. And he may be backing down just a little bit to save a little fuel. Nope, he's backing down to bring it down pit road. Hunter Reynolds, our race leader, bringing it down pit road. So is Greg O'Berry and Cody Sleeper. Blade Timmons on pit road again. That's going to give the lead over to Josiah Millen in the 40 car. The Deca Battery Chevrolet, driven by Josiah Millen. Looks like he's blowing it up. He's coming down pit road. Hunter Reynolds coming back out on track. Be careful here, Hunter. You raced a good race. Don't want to lose it here on the merge back onto the racing surface. Jason Griffith gets a lap back. And now Hunter Reynolds back out on track. Travis Elliott in the 51. In second spot, Cody Sleeper and the 10 of Greg O'Berry. So a big change there amongst those 3 drivers. Not sure what happened with Blade Timmons, but looks like he's calling it a night as he is on pit road. 23 laps to go. Can they catch Hunter Reynolds? All drivers that came down pit road came down and got tires. Fresh tires, 22 laps to go around this 1.45 mile track known as Charlotte Motorsport. Travis Elliott, Greg O'Berry working together to try and catch the race leader. They're using the draft of Jason Griffith now going around. The gap differential between Hunter Reynolds, Travis Elliott, 3.03 seconds. And here comes Greg O'Berry on the inside. O'Berry trying to crack into that second spot. Elliott fights back on the outside. Here we go again. O'Berry keeps the throttle down, heads down to the blue line, and goes around. Travis Elliott, new second place runner, is going to be Greg O'Berry. We're going to pop into the gyro cam of Travis Elliott as we're following along the 10 car. Look at it lean. Laps to go for Hunter Reynolds, and he is slowly backing up to Greg O'Berry. 3.39 seconds, the gap. The Mustang out to prove a point. Old Barry in the Chevy. Travis Elliott in the Mustang. Josiah Millen having troubles. He jumps into the pits. Greg O'Berry and Travis Elliott have some separation. That's not going to help. Here comes Cody Sleeper. Sleeper can get on the back door of the 51. He might be able to push, or he's just going to go around looking for the third spot. We'll find out. Greg O'Berry is just taking off. He's 7/10 ahead of these guys. In the second spot, Cody Sleeper drops down to the inside. Sleeper looking to take one away from Travis Elliott. Into turns 3 and 4. Elliott fighting back on the outside. Cody Sleeper puts it back down on the floor. Cody Sleeper takes away the third spot, touches the wall. The 51 back to the inside. Travis Elliott's going to take back the third spot. Back and forth we go. As Cody Sleeper on the outside trying to hold on to that third spot. Meanwhile, Greg O'Berry checking away. He's 1.25 seconds ahead of third and fourth spot. And the big winner here with these guys battling it out, Hunter Reynolds up to 4.18 seconds for a lead. A little bit of smoke on track. It may have been Jason Griffith, as he just went down pit road 13 laps ago for our race leader, Hunter Reynolds. The battle right now, though, for the third spot, it's between the 01 of Cody Sleeper and the 51 of Travis Elliott. Across the line they go, and about even are those two drivers. Up ahead of them, Greg O'Berry in the second spot, trying to set up for a great finish here tonight. If he does it, he's up 8 positions to finish second. With 12 laps to go, it's a little too early to call it. How about this guy driving in the 5th spot, the 05 of Michael Bromley. Behind him, he's got Aaron Davidson. In the 03, the 38 is Cody Levitt. Levitt being scored in the 11th spot. Daryl Calder in the 26. He's up 10 positions, running in the 7th spot. Brandon Feeney down 6 in the 8th spot. TB Donald Bennett running in 9th. Steve Pugh, top 10 run for the 56. All eyes on our race leader, the 28 of Hunter Reynolds. He is really putting a spanking down tonight. Complete domination in the second half of this race for Hunter Reynolds, as the gap has widened now to almost 6 seconds. Greg O'Berry in the 10, running in that second spot. Cody Sleeper holding on to third. The 51 of Travis Elliott in fourth. Michael Bromley starting to catch up. The Barstool Sports Toyota looking to try and put some pressure on our fourth place runner, Travis Elliott in the 51. 8 laps to go. The 38, Cody Levitt, not on the lead lap. And Michael Bromley is starting to really reel in the 51 of Travis Elliott. And Bromley's there. Bromley takes it down to the inside. The 51 hanging on the outside. The inside has not been producing very well tonight, but can Bromley get around Travis Elliott and his 51? The 05 sends it down into the corner. He's got him by a half a car length. Is he going to be able to hold on, or will the 51 use the momentum and pull ahead? At the line, it's going to be Travis Elliott. The 05 stays down low. Bromley with 6 laps to go, trying to break into that 4th spot. He does it. Michael Bromley up to 4th. He may not be done yet. Michael Bromley showing some speed late in this one. 5 laps to go. Plenty of time to catch Sleeper. Just a half a second ahead. After almost taking an entire season off, Michael Bromley tonight sits in the 4th spot. The 38, Cody Levitt. Remember, he is down a lap. Oh, Travis Elliott into the wall. Elliott scraping the wall. Four laps to go, and Michael Bromley starts to look on the inside. Cody Sleeper aware he's there. Bromley in the 05 trying to get a little bit closer to try that move again. The Camry moving in on the Chevy. Three laps to go. Hunter Reynolds ahead by about 8.5 seconds over second place O'Berry. The battle right now for 3rd spot. Michael Bromley trying to pull it away from Cody Sleeper. Bromley on the inside. He's edged in a fender. Bromley has the 38 behind him, and the 01 can't do anything about it. Michael Bromley to 3rd spot. Michael Bromley up 13 positions to 3rd spot with 2 laps to go. Next time by for Hunter Reynolds, it's going to be the white flag, the indicator of 1 lap to go. Sleeper may not be done yet. Sleeper took a look to the inside. Bromley takes it down low. 1 lap to go for the 28. He's chasing down Jamie Leach in the 13. Leach down a couple of laps, or just make it 1, excuse me. Jamie Leach in the 13, a fast car, just had a bad circumstance tonight, so the 28 gonna stay right on his back bumper. Taking it through turns 3 and 4 for the last time here tonight. It's going to be Hunter Reynolds on the front stretch. And tonight's winner, live at Charlotte, it's going to be the 28 of Hunter Reynolds. Greg O'Berry trying to get to the line, and he does. 2nd spot. Battle for the 3rd spot at the line, and it's Cody Sleeper that took it over from Bromley. So close for Michael Bromley to get a top 3. Just didn't have it in him tonight. So our race winner, Hunter Reynolds, gets to burn it down. All right, we're going to step away for just a moment live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Got to gather everybody up for post-race interviews. Don't go away. Let's talk to these top three. We're back live here at Charlotte, North Carolina. We just witnessed 100 laps of caution-free racing, and what a race it was. We've got our top three finishers ready to go. We're going to start off with our first place finisher, the 28 Hunter Reynolds. Hunter, Chris, up in the booth, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Oh man, I will tell you what, that was a race. I'm out of breath. I don't know how you guys are doing up behind the wheel, but I'm out of breath up here in the booth. What a fun and exciting race, and congratulations to you and your Ford Mustang for taking the win.
Yes, sir. Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, I really enjoyed Charlotte. It's one of my better tracks. It's all about saving tires tonight. If you could do that, you were fast.
Well, it was amazing. You took the pole here tonight, Hunter, and you really, look, the first half of the race, it was an air race for you, but second half of the race, it looks like when you were able to finally get a set of tires on there, that car really responded well. What was your feeling behind the wheel?
Man, actually the first part of the race was tough because I had the 23 racing me really hard at the beginning there when I had to save my tires a bunch. Other than that, we were able to hold off and keep the lead, and then from there it's about saving tires, and then we had to save fuel about halfway through the race in order to be able to make it. But other than that, yeah, car felt good. I was saving my tires well. Really happy with how this went tonight. And
who do you have to thank on that number 28, bud?
Yep, I got to thank all my teammates at the podium, Greg, everybody else we're running with, Cody and Aaron. I feel like I'm forgetting someone, probably not. Oh yeah, Roy Fernandez. I'd like to thank everybody watching, my family and friends. We appreciate you guys, the league admins, you up in the booth, Chris with Turn 3, and of course, I'd like to thank everybody else watching.
All right, and that is your winner tonight, the 28 Ford Mustang driven by Hunter Reynolds. Wow, I'm getting ahead of myself, Greg. But we've got you sitting there in second spot. Your Chevy was looking pretty good out there, but for a little while, man, it was a real battle. You and Cody were putting on a fight.
Yeah, it was a good time. We were really just working together, trying to save fuel as best we could. Felt like from the drop of the green flag, we were working strategy and just trying to figure out how do you save the most fuel and not burn that right front tire off. But it's pretty good running with him and Hunter and Aaron Davidson tonight. Had a good time.
Well, that's what it's all about, bud. Who do you have on the 10 that you need to thank tonight?
Yeah, I got, like I said, thank those guys for their help through practice. Started running with the group, another team this past week, Sequential Sim Sport. Those guys, they've actually helped out a little bit too with just conserving things. I got Vertigear, Mystery Apparel. Those guys that sponsored them. Just give them a shout out as well. Take that opportunity. It's a great looking car, I think so.
It is a great looking car, man. Congratulations on your second place finish. It's the number 10, Greg O'Berry, and that leaves us with one guy to talk to. Cody, you got to bring your car up just a little bit more, bud. You're way out of shot there. Come on now. Bring it up to the line, bud. There you go. A third place finish.
Coming up.
You don't need to be that far away when you finish third, bud.
Oh, sometimes I like to give the winner some space to do his thing.
No, you did a great job. Oh, did you jump out of your car? Yes, you did. Cody.
Yeah, well, I accidentally pressed that button on you.
Well, you had a third place finish here tonight, bud, but I will tell you what, you had some battles, especially in this last quarter of the race or so. Man, take me through some of those laps because it was a nail biter.
Yeah, man, it was tough. You know, you had to find that balance between pushing hard there at the end after that last pit stop and sort of conserving because you know people are going to burn through their stuff. And yeah, definitely had some great battles throughout the race, running with O'Barry, and then there at the end with Bromley. Once he took that fourth position, I was like, oh man, I cannot let up a podium finish here. So, but it was fun, man.
Yeah, he was definitely coming, but not tonight, not his night. Cody, who do you have on the 01 that you need to thank, brother?
Yeah, so, as always, got to thank Roy. Not with us tonight, but he's out there catching some fish, so I'll give him a shout out anyway. Aaron, O'Barry and Hunter, obviously, congratulations on the win, Hunter. But also got to thank the girlfriend for letting me come down here and race with you guys. And then last but not least, Turn 3 for, you guys always do a great job. And yeah, man, excited to get this third place.
Yeah, it was a great night. Congratulations to our top three finishers, Hunter Reynolds, Greg O'Barry, and Cody Sleeper, for getting it done here in Charlotte. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Don't forget, every single night there is something going on here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you love racing, this is the spot to be. We will see you again just days away. We'll make it 7 next Tuesday night, live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.